You're at a gathering, feeling tense and self-conscious, making small talk and scanning the room for a safe place to land. Then you spot the dog or the cat, and as you sit on the floor to say hello, your shoulders finally drop. You're walking through a crowded street, mildly on edge, until you see a dog and your whole body lights up. With animals, you don't worry about saying the right thing, being judged, or performing. You just exist. There's no mask, no script, no pressure to be on. You've even heard yourself say, "I trust animals more than people," and then wondered, is that messed up? But you feel your nervous system calm the moment you touch fur or hear a purr. It's like your body finally gets permission to relax in a way it rarely does around humans. If you've ever felt more at home with animals than with humans, what psychology says about your wiring is something most people you never get to hear, and it might completely change how you see this side of yourself. You've probably heard the comments, "You care more about animals than people," or "You're so weird. Why would you rather stay home with your pet than go out?" Maybe family or friends tease you for skipping events to be with your dog, or act like your bond with animals is a sign you're antisocial or immature. You might even feel a twinge of guilt, wondering, why can't I feel this open and relaxed with people? Does this mean I'm broken? Other people see your love for animals as excessive or childish, but for you, it's the only place your guard fully drops. For animals, you don't have to explain yourself, hide your feelings, or worry about being misunderstood. It's the one space where you can just be, without fear of judgment or rejection. But here's the twist. Feeling safer with animals isn't about having a cold heart toward humans. It's about having an attunement-oriented nervous system. Your body relaxes when it senses nonverbal, non-judgmental, present-moment connection. Animals offer that naturally. They don't play mind games, fake politeness, or punish you for saying the wrong thing. Your nervous system reads their presence as safe. Meanwhile, human settings are full of mixed signals, hidden expectations, and old wounds. If you're highly sensitive, have a history of being misunderstood, or crave authenticity, your system is more likely to feel regulated and seen around animals. Let's break down what's really happening when you feel safer with animals than with people. First, there's nervous system regulation and nonverbal attunement. Animals communicate through body language, energy, and presence. For a sensitive or introverted nervous system, this low verbal, high attunement interaction is soothing. No forced eye contact, no scripts, no masks. Petting an animal, feeling their breathing, or hearing a purr can literally shift your body toward calm. Your heart rate slows, your muscles unclench, your mind stops scanning for danger. Second, there's consistency, trust, and lack of judgment. Animals don't suddenly change their opinion of you because of one bad day or awkward comment. They respond to how you treat them, not your status, looks, or social performance. That predictability and non-judgment can feel like a relief if you've experienced humans as inconsistent, critical, or conditional. Third, there's relational wounds and protective distance from people. If you've been rejected, betrayed, criticized, or misunderstood repeatedly, your brain may have learned to keep a sliver of distance from people. With animals, those old patterns don't get triggered in the same way, so you feel more open, warm, and affectionate. Psychology would call this a trust threshold. It's higher for humans, lower for animals. Most people only see that you prefer animals. They never see the sensitivity, loyalty, and carefulness with which your system has learned to give out trust. The next step is learning how to let animals teach you about connection without letting fear of people shrink your world. Here's where your animal bond can be both healing and limiting. For many animals, we're the first beings to offer steady, unconditional presence. No games, just warmth. Letting that matter is healthy. Curling up with a pet, instead of forcing yourself into draining social scenes, can be real self-respect. But there's a point where comfort with animals can quietly turn into hiding from humans. You stop giving anyone a chance, assume every person will hurt you, and let your world shrink to only creatures who can't speak back. On the outside, both look like I just like animals more. Inside, one is rest and repair. The other is fear quietly running your life. Gentle self-check. Am I only resting here, or am I hiding here? When you see it clearly, your story stops being, "I'm just weird for loving animals more than people," and starts sounding more like the truth. You're someone with a sensitive, loyalty-driven, attunement-oriented nervous system. You bond where there is presence, predictability, and non-judgment. You feel deeply, notice subtle shifts. and offer a kind of steady love that many humans never learn to give. That is not a weakness, it's a particular kind of strength. The work now is to honor your bond with animals without shame, and let it teach you what you need from humans. Fewer games, more consistency, more genuine kindness. Try tiny experiments. Look for people. Maybe just one or two who feel a little more like your animals do. Calm, safe, accepting. Over time, you'll teach your system that you can have real connection, even in a human world. If this felt like someone finally put your love for animals into words, you're not alone, you're not broken. Share a time an animal made you feel safe. Your story could help someone else feel less alone. Subscribe and stay close if you want more videos that explain traits like this without shaming you. And tell me in the comments how animals make you feel compared to people, because next, we're going even deeper into how sensitive, attunement-driven minds like yours can build real connection, even in a world that doesn't always feel safe.